Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. JPS assessments revealed extent of Hurricane Beryl's damage. Police say road safety efforts paying off, but traffic violations remain a concern. And later in sports, some athletes may be in financial trouble en route to Paris. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. The Jamaica Public Service Company says damage assessment report is pointing to significant damage to the JPS's infrastructure following the passage of Hurricane Beryl 2 weeks ago. Addressing today's post-cabinet press briefing, Energy Minister Daryl Vaz announced that some $50 million is available in funding for repairs. Since the passage of Hurricane Beryl, thousands of people have been without electricity. At Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing, Energy Minister Daryl Vaz says the Jamaica Public Service JPS has been working to restore power. This even as a JPS assessment report revealed that the company has suffered extensive damage to its infrastructure across the island.
They had 94 transmission structures damaged. 2,602 light poles damaged, 4,287 damaged conductors, 137 damaged transformers, and 2,185 other transmission and distribution equipment damaged.
Mr. Vaz says funding has been secured for the JPS for the restoration exercise.
The OUR had approved in the rates for electricity a charge which goes to what is called the Electricity Disaster Fund, from which where there can be initial immediate resort to fund recovery when there is a disaster such as Hurricane Beryl. The fund currently has an accumulated value in the region of $50 million, and JPS will be allowed to draw down on this fund for its recovery. As a matter of fact, the OUR had approved a drawdown of $5 million prior to the hurricane to help fund inventory preparations for the hurricane season. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's good news.
He, however, was quick to point out the company is not in a position to increase electricity rates.
Those funds can be used by JPS, and JPS doesn't have to fund the recovery, which would drive up the price of electricity. So we can expect, based on the fact that they will be drawing down on this fund, that the OUR would not be in a position to approve any increase in JPS utility bills on the heels of Beryl. So I think that should also be stated as a kind of comfort to those persons who are suffering.
As it relates to Tuesday's announcement that the JPS has sought external assistance to restore power, Mr. Vaz says this will be of no cost to the government. Meanwhile, Agriculture Minister Floyd Green says the ministry has been working on its response to frustrated fishermen and farmers in need of help.
We do appreciate that our extension officers, whether on our fisheries side or on our agricultural side, will not reach to everybody who've been damaged. We appreciate that fact. And that's why we have established a customer service hotline for people who want to report the damage directly to us. And that is 888-275-7232. So that's 888-ASK-RADA. So it's 275-7232. You can call it with RADA issues or with fisheries issues. We will channel it to the National Fisheries Authority, and we will take that information and clearly pass it to the teams so that there can be some verification.
The high-profile case involving 9-year-old Gabriel King, which has been going on for years, has yet to yield any significant breakthroughs. Speaking at a press briefing Tuesday, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitzbailey says investigations are still ongoing, but so far no concrete leads have been uncovered. And we apologize for the incorrect insert. for that story. In light of the revelation from the police high command, the attorney representing Amoy Leon Issa says the police should return the cellular phone to his client. Mr. Cameron expressed disappointment that investigations have failed to update his client on their probe into the murder of her son. And a police constable attached to the St. Anne's Bay police station was last night arrested after he was caught taking a package containing what is believed to be marijuana into the cell block at the station. His name has been withheld pending further investigations. A well-placed source told TVJ News that about minutes to 9 p.m. the constable was observed acting suspiciously. He was confronted and searched and the package found. The constable will be interviewed and is expected to be charged. TVJ News also understands after a cell search on Monday, police seized a quantity of lighters, cell phones and chargers. Despite a reduction in road fatalities since the start of the year, the Jamaica Constabulary Force is reporting an increase in traffic ticket prosecutions. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake made the disclosure at a JCF press conference on Tuesday. The country has seen an 8% reduction in road fatalities since the start of the year. At the same time, the police are reporting a 25% increase in traffic-related prosecutions. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake says this is over 72,000 more prosecutions when compared to last year.
There's been a 26% increase in traffic tickets prosecutions. This is over 72,000 more prosecutions when compared to 2023. The Quick Response Unit also made 531 arrests, include 50 wanted persons and the recovery of 8 illegal firearms.
To address the issues of traffic violations and crime, Dr. Blake says the force is further expanding its patrol presence across the island.
The Beat Officer Patrol Division we launched in March of this year has expanded from Kingston and Montego Bay to include Ocho Rios, Port Antonio, Mandeville, Santa Cruz and Maypen, and will be shortly implemented in other major popular centers. The BOPD embodies our commitment to proactive, community-oriented policing. It is strategically designed to ensure visibility, proactive police presence across key areas of the island, particularly in our urban centers.
He says the JCF is also in the process of training more persons.
We have established a specialized operations tactical academy to train 1,000 officers into our operational support team, or OST for short. 400 officers have been successful to date in the level 2 tactical training for deployment across all police divisions. We at the JCF are aware that there are far more lawful and law-abiding people in Jamaica than the lawless and criminal among us.
And while the police are seeing a reduction in all major crimes, the police commissioner issued another warning to criminals.
These individuals who are sons, brothers, baby fathers, and friends are known to you, the people. They reside in our communities and sometimes within our very homes. Today, I want to address them directly with a clear and unequivocal message. We will disrupt your criminal activities and isolate you. We will come for you. When we do, we encourage you to lay down arms and surrender willingly. If you meet us with aggression, we will respond with superior force and we will win.
The police commissioner is reporting an increase in the seizure of counterfeit goods.
So pre-COVID, the JCF Intellectual Property Unit destroyed over $3 billion worth of counterfeit goods. Post-COVID, between 2022 and 2024, JCF seized approximately $3.35 billion worth of counterfeit goods. 14 persons were brought before the court and convicted for breaches of the Trademark Act, which resulted in over 10 million Jamaican dollars in fines imposed by the court.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. And here's a preview of what's coming up in this evening's health report. In this evening's health report, we look at natural disasters and mental health.
Individuals who have been previously exposed to an event, it's going to trigger the flashbacks, the reliving of the events in the past, and for them to recognize that these symptoms are normal symptoms. If you've been exposed to a hurricane, then you're going to have memories embedded in your brain about these life-threatening situations. And to accept that it's a new norm, that hurricanes are going to be with us, and that the intensity of the hurricanes are going to increase, and that you can prepare for everything, so that you have to just accept things and let it be.
That's the health report in Primetime News at 7. And now for today's healthy living tip. Stay informed. Follow evacuation orders and take necessary precautions to ensure your physical safety. Connect with loved ones. Engage in activities that bring comfort and relaxation, such as meditation, deep breathing, or yoga, and seek professional help. It's now time for the Business Minute.
The agriculture, forestry and fishing industry grew by 7.4% in the first quarter of 2024. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica says this was linked to higher output levels in the sub-industries other agricultural crops, including animal farming, forestry and fishing, which grew by 6.5%. Traditional export crops grew by 12.6%. The confirmed GDP output for the overall agriculture group is 0.3% lower than the projection given by the Planning Institute of Jamaica in May. Statin says the industry's growth was influenced by improved weather conditions and the continuation of government assistance programs. Further afield, 2 regulatory agencies are cracking down on illegal sales of copycat food products containing Delta-8 THC. On Tuesday, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the Federal Trade Commission issued warnings to 5 companies that manufacture Delta-8 THC edibles. The substance is a psychoactive cannabinoid made from the same plant type as marijuana and hemp. Regulators are concerned about the product packaging because it looks very similar to popular foods like Fruit Loop cereal and the Chips Ahoy cookies. The FDA says consumers may easily confuse these products for traditional foods, leading to accidental ingestion or overconsumption, particularly for children. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Hal Shane Burke.
Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, the Seismic Research Center at the University of the West Indies noted a significant increase in volcanic earthquakes beneath northern Dominica starting early Tuesday. 345 earthquakes, all below magnitude 3.5, have been recorded. Meanwhile, Dominica's boiling lake in the southern part of the island has experienced noticeable changes, including fluctuations in water levels and increased emissions of steam from the main vent area. On the international scene, new information shows how Thomas Matthew Crooks evaded security in his attempt to assassinate former President Donald Trump. Law enforcement officials say he came to the rally with a rangefinder, which is used by shooters and is similar to binoculars. They say it is not a weapon, therefore security had let him through. Investigators say the would-be assassin then exited the secured area. They're not sure where he went, but it is believed he retrieved a rifle from his car. According to a senior federal law enforcement official, Crooks climbed on an air conditioning unit to get on a roof outside the perimeter. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Nakinsky Robinson.
We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report with Jordan Fort.